What up, fam? Pastor of Punk Rock. Today we're going to talk about addiction. We're going to get into some things about addiction. People think it's drugs, people think it's alcohol, people think all these things, but these are not necessarily just the addictions out there. My addiction my whole life has been beautiful women. That's what I do, you know. And it's just as bad. There's food addictions too, you know. They're just as addicting. Don't ever discount sugar and things like that. For millions of people, man, it's a real thing, you know. So it's not just illegal drugs and alcohol. It's not just chemicals you put in your body. I guess it is all wrapped into chemicals because they release endorphins and things. I'm not a doctor or a scientist, man. I'm not going to try and give you a medical diagnosis on it. I'm just going to tell you what it is for me. So that's when something becomes so important in your life that you're willing to sacrifice everything you have and everything you've worked for to keep gaining that feeling. And that can be a lot of things. For me, as women, I've ruined marriages over it. I've ruined relationships over it. I've ruined friendships over it. All these different things. And they're just as real as coke or heroin or meth or any of that stuff. It's legit. Like, it's a real thing, you know? Um, and that's what I was doing here. And I caught myself doing it. I didn't come here to do that. I came here to live a good life and be a good person, you know? I just got out of a marriage, 10-year relationship, 7 years married with her. Um, and I came here to do something better, and I didn't. I got caught doing that thing I do, you know, little by little. I started rolling into that, you know, meeting different women, and I wasn't sleeping with all of them, you know what I mean? It's not that. It's that attention, that craving thing, you know. So we all have addictions, no matter where you're at in life, and that's why I try to say that if you have an addiction, especially a chemical one that you can't beat, like reach out to your friends, you know, reach out to your pastor, reach out to somebody you can trust and love, and know that they're gonna help you get through that because it's a real thing, you know. And luckily, I had a friend who was a good enough friend to pull me aside and be like, "Look, bro, you're jacking things up, man. You got to quit doing that." Said, "You got to quit doing that because what you're doing right now is you're sacrificing one for the other, and it's another form of drug addiction. It's the same thing. It's no different. So you need to check yourself." That's all right. That was my neighbors. Um, you need to check yourself because you're getting wrapped up in this again, and you're doing the thing you went there to not do, and that's to ruin your life, you know. Um, but yeah, it's an addiction, man. You know, no matter what it is. And I start focusing, especially because I'm retired, I don't do anything all day. You know, I start focusing on talking to all these different girls and this attention. You know, it's a drug, it's a high. You start doing all these different things, and you start. That's all you focus on is that at a certain point. You know, um, and that's what it becomes. It becomes an addiction. So I needed to check myself on that. And if your friends aren't telling you, if your friends aren't backing you up and saying, "Look, man, you're doing wrong," they're not your friends. Get new friends, man, because your friends should be able to pull you aside and say, "Look, I'm worried about you. You know, I love you. I'm worried about you." I look at a friend do that, and I check myself. And I had a really nice girl here, beautiful, awesome, and my own stupidity started getting in the way of that, and it ruins things. And I had to check myself and say, "Man, do I want to have a relationship one day? Absolutely. You know, we all want to be loved. We all want to be cared about. You know, the Bible teaches about love. Corinthians is a whole bunch of it. You know that. Every wedding they recite Second Corinthians. But it's time to do something different with my life, you know, and it's time to change. And why isn't attention from one person enough for any human being? If somebody loves you and you know they love you and they give you that attention, that should be all you ever need. And it's never like these people don't give me the attention I need. It's just I crave more. I crave more. You know, that's why I played music for a living. That's why I did all these things for attention. That's my drug of choice. You know, I've had my chemical issues in the past. Don't get me wrong. Y'all know that. But craving that attention, it just becomes an addiction at a certain point. And then it's almost like a game. You know, it's like going out and hustling dope. You know, hey, can I go score today? Well, it's like, can I get a new chick today? You know, and it's just no good, man. It's just destructive. And you'll never find a Christ-based love and a Christ-based marriage if you're craving attention from other people. You're only going to hurt your partner. You're only going to hurt yourself eventually, but you're going to hurt the people around you, the people that do care about you. So we really have to take that into put in perspective, you know, because we're only given so many chances in this life. You know, God's only going to give you so many blessings, man. And he's going to just, hey, kid, you're on your own, like any father does to his kid. You're on your own, son, don't you? And anyway, I put myself in a situation in Playa del Carmen, and I didn't have my phone, and I had to do the one thing I never wanted to do in this world. The only person in the world, the only person in the world that I knew their number by heart with my ex-wife. Let that sink in. That's a kick to the noids. You gotta call your ex-wife and say, send me some money so I can get home, get more money, come back. Like, man, that's just terrible, you know? But out of true Christ-based concern and care and love, she sent me the money. Put that in perspective. A chick that I hurt over and over again, that I did wrong over and over again, sent me money to bail myself out of some BS. Let that sink in. And that's a marriage I destroyed. Like, I'm grinning and I'm kind of laughing, but it's not funny. It's not a joke, you know? And we all make mistakes in life, and we're all forgiven for those. But you gotta make a conscious effort not to make those mistakes. And that's what I'm learning too, you know? I ain't no better than anybody. So, you know, I did some dirty stuff to my ex-wife too. I, you know, slept with her friends and things. Like, it's not good, man. It's about as bad as you can get, you know? And she still helped me out. She's a Christian too. How many ex-wives do that for their ex-husband though? You know? Think about that. That's a rarity in life. So the addiction doesn't have to just be chemicals. It doesn't have to just be illegal narcotics. It doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be anything, man, from food to women to sunshine. I don't know, chewing on clay pots, whatever your addiction is, man. It can be anything. It's that rush of endorphins and things you get from doing it, you know? So keep that in perspective. And I'm sure there's a Woman's Anonymous out there. I'm not going to go to it, but I'm sure there is. This is not going to happen. I'm going to check myself, and I got a beautiful woman here, and I'm, you know, make it right and make it good with her, you know? So stay Christ based, man. Stay in the Word. Find a good church, because if you're not living right. And I wasn't living right. And I was Christ based, and I was reading the Bible, and I was going to church, and I still wasn't living right. My head justified it all, but I wasn't. Let's just be honest. Call it what it is, man. Spade's a spade. Can't BS everybody, you know? So stay Christ based. Stay in the Word. Don't let the devil get in you, because he'll find whatever way in he can. It doesn't have to be through just chemicals. It can be any addiction you have, it can be anything. And I'm like you guys, man. I'm growing and getting better every day. So stay Christ based. Stay in the Word. Find a good church. I love y'all. God bless you. Amen.
We annihilated the world before your very ears. So goodbye, everybody. And remember, please, for the next day or so, the terrible lesson you learned tonight.